Hi everyone, welcome again to this space created for you. Here we are again talking about the grieving process, and also remember you that we have different topics here that we're going to talk in this YouTube channel. Remember that we have one topic that we create to the quality of life topics. The ones that we have in this cycle will be mental health, and the other topic connected with the grieving process today that we're going to talk will be what to do with the departed loved one's belongings. This topic is one of the topics that most of the times appears when we be part of the grieving process with the people that we support in the grieving process in our social participation as a company. For that reason, we would like to talk specific today about that topic because always we have some questions, and most of the time we have some different experience connected with the myths and also beliefs that we have with the departed loved ones belongings or objects that the departed loved ones leave when they die. So knowing that, also we would like to start with this topic of what to do with the departed loved ones belongings, remembering that this grieving process always we're going to bring some situations that we don't like to confront in that moment. Not always we are prepared, but also we have some tools we can practice and also we can apply in this situation. One of that will be that remember and accept that this process always will be painful and also will bring a lot of sadness. But that is not the reason why we need or we will have to stop the grieving process or don't accept the grieving process. And what to do with the departed loved ones' belongings is one of the things that we need to do, not always in the same way or even the way that the people would like to do, but in the way that we going to talk in this conference will be one of the healthier way that we can also complete the grieving process and understand what to do in this kind of situations. So knowing that, remember that we have some beliefs connected with the belongings, connected with the objects. There are some beliefs that the people understand, like in the belongings of the departed loved ones, it sees the energy, it sees some connection with the departed loved ones. So that was the thing that we would like to talk about. What kind of minds we listened, or what kind of minds we believe about the departed loved ones' belongings or objects. One of the first minds that we're going to find is this is like a quote. It's better throw away their belongings, and also remember this: it's better to go away and through all the belongings of our departed loved ones. And that is one of the minds that most of the time happen when the person is like out of the family, out of the pain. Most of the time, the people that say these kind of things is the person that don't have to experience these situations or even previously doesn't have. So one of the things that we have to understand is that we don't have to take it off or through all the belongings of our departed loved ones. That is one of the first myths. And with the process of the conference, we're going to talk about that and why is a myth. Other will be if they don't see their belongings, it hurt less. That is other belief because see the belongings, see the memories, the photos, or the bed, or some chair, or the sofa where the departed loved ones always like to stay. See that kind of objects or belongings will hurt more. And for that reason, if you threw all that objects or belongings, you will feel less pain or less sadness, and that is a myth. The other will be have the belongings is to be tied to the deceased. And that is something that comes with some beliefs, in a part like in a spiritual way. Try to believe and feel guilty because you are tying your loved ones, because you have their belongings, and that is not truth. Remember, that is just only a belief. And other myth is, see the belongings is like to torture yourself. Remember that see the belongings or take the belongings is something that you need to remember. Like, hey, I know that this hurt me because I really love this person in a deep way, and I feel connected. I feel that the person is next to me when I see the bedroom, or even when I see one picture, or even when I see some of the objects where the ones that he or she used to use to work. That kind of mice comes because it's for yourself, like some kind of torture. And one of the things that we need to see is that is a myth, because in this process and when we create this conference, we try to bring to you some tools and try to understand why it is important, this situation, and why it is important to go through all this process. So why is important to understand why we need to keep some objects, or we don't need to throw all the objects. For that reason, we bring to you the reasons why it's important to keep for a while, or even for the rest of our lives, some objects or belongings of our departed loved ones. Why are so important the belongings when the people die? The first reason is make it easier to express feelings. When I have the chance to see or share some of my loved ones' belongings to other people, or even when in my privacy I can stay with some belongings, I can express my sadness. I can express my joy with that with that memory. I can express what I'm feeling, and also why this person and this belonging is, or this object is important for me, because remember me, the feeling, or the connection that I previously have with my departed loved one. So have this belonging will be the way that also you can express your feelings to the departed loved ones in a natural and healthier way, not only with your family members or friends or partner, also you can do it to yourself, and also connect with the object would be also the way that you can connect with your feelings and expresses. Remember that a healthy grieving process is a process where you can express your feelings, just express your pain, and also express all the joy and grateful that you felt for your departed loved one. They make it possible to go through grief. As I previously told you, why it's important to have the belongings, and that help you to express, also that help you to go through the grief. Because if you take it off all the belongings, if you threw all the belongings, in the moment of shock, or even if you are so angry, if you don't want to accept the reality and you have this reaction, maybe in the time when you try to have a situation, or even a moment where you can connect, or where you would like to connect with your departed loved ones, you don't have any object, you don't have any belonging, it will be difficult to understand and also to express your feelings. For that reason, it's important to take it off and relax a moment and remember and reflect a little bit more about this object. They connect us with the deceased. That is the third reason why it is important. Why this connects us with the departed loved one is the way that I can also feel that this departed loved one is still by my side, is still also connected with me, and also is the way that I can understand how it's going the situation. But it's important to understand something before to complete the grieving process and go through the belongings. When you are connected with the departed loved one's belongings, and when you have this situation, like you need to have this object to go through your life, understand the life, accept the life, will be different to have a memory or even just an object that will remember you to the departed loved ones. So it's important to understand that if you would like to keep one object, will be one object to honor and commemorate your departed loved one. But if you feel connected with one object or with one belonging, will be one valid process, valid decision, but this will stop the grieving or a healthy grieving process, because there is so many situations. As an example, with one situation with little child that dies when she has 7 years old, the parents keep their essence for more than 7 months. And when some of the people or some of the professional asks to the parents, why you keep the ashes of your daughter, and they say, because most of the time they go to the cemetery and that is the place where they stay. But these parents keep the ashes and they say she doesn't need to go to anywhere, she stays here. And also remember, maybe in some situation, if the family or the parents have an accident and they have to move of other house, they lose the ashes, what will happen? They will feel again hurt, they will feel again all the deep pain that they felt before when they lost their daughter. For that reason, it's important to understand how they can remember his daughter like a different object, maybe a part of the clothes, or maybe a photograph, one object that the people can connect also with their daughter, but not one object that maybe if you keep, the other people can touch, can use, can see either. There's other people that also have this decision, that keep the bedroom of the departed loved ones and keep it like it was, keep it like he left, in the same way, the same situation, the same pictures, everything is the same place. And when you ask to the family what is the reason they keep everything in the same place, is because they say, I would like to keep this because I think that maybe he will come again or she will come again, and I don't know, I feel sometimes that he is in the bed or she is in bed and I can visit her. That is some of the situation that stop us to complete a healthy grieving process, because we keep an unhealthy belief that they will come, and that is not true, that is not realistic. We need to accept the reality and don't start or even don't frozen of the reality doing this kind of actions or having this kind of attitude. For that reason is to understand that the objects or belongings of our departed loved ones help us to complete the grieving process. And also, if you feel connected and you can accept that this belonging will lose or will through and you feel pain, this object is not helping you with the process, because this object have a special connection with you and you are connecting with other parts of your life and also parts of your heart to that object. And one of the last reasons why it is important to keep the belongings is they show how the grieving process is going, because at the same way that you can through some objects, and at the same way you can keep some others objects, is the way that you can understand how you're facing the reality, and also and how you are accepting the loss. So if you going through the grieving process and now you can see the bedroom, now you can give to other people that need some clothes, to other people, you can accept that departed loved one passed away, and you can see it again. But also will be part of your life, inside your mind, inside your soul, and also inside your memory. That is the reason why it's like a sign of how you are completing the grieving process. Understanding that, one of the things that we would like to give you, now that you know a kind of state that you are, or even the place where you are in this grieving process with the belongings of your departed loved ones, we would like to give you some general recommendations or some keys for you what to do. Now what I need to do is appropriate the time, I need to wait a little bit more, or what kind of things or objects I can keep for me or even family members, what kind of things we need to know, and also what kind of things we can do. Before to go through the general recommendations, we would like to close this first part with this quote: all through moving, assigning, or throwing away deceased belongings may cause sorrow. It promotes awareness and activates personal resources that will help to move forward in the grieving process. Knowing that, we would like to know, and we would like to give you some tools to know what to do with the departed loved one's belongings. Some general suggestions will be: first, avoid the days following the events. It's normal and natural that some people that is out of the grieving, maybe people that is not connected with the departed loved ones, maybe one person that is out of the family, even don't care a lot of the process or even the belongings, will tell you that you need to throughout all the belongings, and that is false. That is something that you need to understand and keep your time, and also understand that all these belongings have an special meaning for you. So you have to take your time and be and feel peaceful to see the belongings and understand what to do with the belongings, and when I feel ready to move them or throw out. Respect the mourner's time, because most of the time the people will tell you that you need to go through all the belongings, like we previously said at the beginning of the conference. There will be people that will say that you need to throw out all the stuff or even all the belongings. And one of the things is that the people need time to accept the reality, and accept the reality is accept that some belongings or some objects will not necessary to keep, because they use, or even the reason why I keep that because he or she used it. So now that the part of loved ones is not anymore, I don't need it. But to do all the process, to do all that reflection, it's important to keep the time, or give the time to the mourners to understand the time and the situation, how it's going through. So respect the time of the mourners, and understand that maybe they need to move in a specific time, not in a specific time, so they need to move of the way they can understand and accept the new reality. Ask questions beforehand. Ask questions to the family members. or even the people that it was around of the departed loved ones. Why you need to ask questions? You need to also understand that maybe it's important to see if they want to keep something more, if it's important to throw out this object, if you would like to keep it, if it really hurts to the people to keep these belongings. It's important to ask what you would like to do with that object. You would like to give to a foundation or a program or a project, what you would like to do with that object. And remember that it's not only your decision, you need to keep and also decide as a family what kind of things you would like to keep as a family and what kind of things you would like to throw out as a family. You don't are the owner of all the objects of your departed loved ones. It doesn't matter if you give as a gift or as a present, or it doesn't matter if you buy it. It doesn't matter if you keep it or if you use it. That is not that all the belongings is not only you. You need to also share with the family members, and they can participate in the decisions of what to do. Decide what you want to keep, as is also the same situation, and assign on a special place. Assign on a special place if you will keep some objects, a picture. Some of the people maybe have instruments or pictures that they previously paint. There's some objects that you can keep in one part of the house, also as an honor, also as something of the part that will give a good look of the living room. Try to give on a specific place, and also that specific place will be a good way to commemorate our departed loved one. Also, now we need to understand that this situation will be lived as a family, and as a family, when you will have to take some decisions, it's important to do it as a family, and also understand that they need to be connected and also feel like you are part of something. As a family, you need to seek for the company of all the members, because in that situation, as a family, you can also connect emotionally with the objects. If you are all as a family connected with one object, then you can keep that object, and also understand why it's important, why you can keep it, what kind of memories are connected with that object, and that will help you all up to make the best choice. Trade as a family. Talk as a family what kind of things you would like to keep, and also try to understand what kind of things you would like to keep or use. As a family, with my grandpa, we we take the decision to keep some objects, some t-shirts. The others keep some books. Others of my family members decide to keep some of their hats, and they participate. We always participate, and also we were called to keep or even use one of the objects, and all the family members, their grandchildren, their children, or well, daughters and sons, take one of part of my grandparents, and we participate in that decision. We keep some things, and we through all the others belongings that we can use. Other advice as a family will be use the memory kits. You can have one kit or even one box with all the memories or belongings that you keep. And in the memory of your departed loved ones, you can keep again that box or that kit, and bring it in a social in a social participation, in a social meeting, where you met with the family members, and when you would like to talk about your grandpa, your grandma, your father, your son, in some cases, where you can also talk about your departed loved one, and that will be the way that you can connect with the memory, not only with the pain, not only with the sadness, also you can connect with the love, and also with all the grateful that you felt, and in memory of them. So that will be a good way to keep all the belongings in a specific box. Talk and listen each other. That also will be part of the trade as a family. What kind of things you would like to keep, why you are keeping, you would like to do something more with that belonging. You feel connected with that belonging, or you are using in the grieving process. Some of the people keep the rings, and they feel that the ring will avoid that situation, or some of they use it because they want to keep their closer. And be nice to everyone. We need to understand that not all, most of the people will understand of the situation in the same way. Some of the mothers that need to far away their children will be a little bit more difficult. Try to understand and don't judge all the different process. Understand that everyone's need to understand and accept this situation in the personal and specific way. And also some situations that we will see that would be appear with the belongest, the part law ones situations, is that when I can support, or even when you can support the process, because sometimes we are spectators, sometimes we can be part of the situation as a people that they are living, but also we can help to the people that I see that they are living that, and they don't know what to do, and you would like to support their families or support your partner or your friend, and they ask you in a natural way what it must to do, what is the best decision I need to keep, or I need to throw all the belongings. It's something important to ask to yourself, and if you would like to support some families or friends or partners in this situation. Do not push or rush the process. Remember, as we previously talked to you, it's important to understand if you are doing, if you are supporting a family or a person, accept the time that they is spending doing all this process. Also, other advice will be supportive when they get ready. When they get ready is when they take the decision to take or keep some belongings or through all the others belongings, because it's the way that you can also accept their decisions, or even trade with them. Hey, you would like to keep this, or you would like, or you feel sure to throw out these objects. This kind of support will be great. Provide emotional support is one of the others tips that we give you if you would like to support another person or a family. Provide emotional support is understand that they feel confused, or they feel in a conflict, if they feel that they don't understand what they are doing, or what kind of decision will be better or worse. Other keep will be give neutral and respectful opinions. Mm, take in account, or always understand how the other feel is always valid. If they feel sad, if they feel guilty, all they're valid. The key here, or the big advice, is understand that you are having this role to be respectful, and understand why they taken that decision to keep that or through that other object. That will be a great support advice. And also have a good attitude. Help they to keep some objects, or help they to clean the room, to clean the house. Have a good attitude will help the family to understand that this is a natural process. All the families will have to live it, all the different partners have to live it, and if they lost some children. So that's important to understand that if you would like to support a person during through this process, understand that also that will give them some sensation of peaceful, of everything that is happening is normal and it's natural to have to live this kind of situations. Also, as a way to close and give you some resume of this conference, we would like to also give you other quote. Placing the departed belongings brings up many emotions and memories, some of them difficult or painful, but the healthiest thing to do is face them, express them, and be willing to move forward in accepting the loss. Accepting the loss is not forget our departed loved ones. Accepting the loss is accept the new life that you have the chance to live. Also with the ones that you love and also is still alive in this moment. For that reason, we would like to give you again the invitation to use our benefit free for our Sure for Life members. That is 3 counseling sessions per year if you are living a grieving process, or even if your family is living a grieving process, or 1 counseling session for any other reason per year. If you are not a member of Assure for Life, remember that we have our conference in English and Spanish about quality of life and grieving process. We have about all the grieving process situations that we can experience, and also we create because we would like to be part of that situations. And also we have quality of life, health, parenting, all the different quality of life quotes that we would like to give you. And remember that we are in different social medias, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also you can connect us by emailing also through our website. As part of everything, we would like to give you the thanks for being part of this conference. If you would like to give your comments and suggestions through our YouTube channel, remember that you can left in the comments. And remember that we have our upcoming conference on August. The first one will be August 14, will be about quality of life. And this one has a name, Mental Health, How to Keep It Safe. And the next conference on August will be on August 28, What to Do with My Loved Ones Empty. That is about the grieving process. So knowing all that information, thank you so much for being part of this conference. And remember that Assure for Life is what we all deserve.